Hi there, this is Matt Krupski here at Chartered Financial Services with your weekly options beat here on Tuesday, February the 28th. Coming into this week, we have March expiration for currencies. I was really excited coming into the week. Quarterly month, meaning March, June, September, December are the quarterly months. The months that the futures are listed, generally you have a lot of option volume in those months as well. So since we have March coming off on Friday, I was excited coming into the week looking for some action going into this expiration. Then I went and looked at the numbers, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot going on. As you can see here in the chart, right now, there's just nothing really out of whack when you're looking at open interest. Euro, you've got, a decent amount of open interest, 160,000 contracts, but most of it's out of the money. And again, just as a reminder, we look at stuff going into expiration, options tend to expire out of the money. So if there's a large amount of options in the money, a lot of times you'll see the market move away from that to take them out of the money going into expirations. So that's why we're looking at what percentage of calls and puts are in the money here going into this expiration. As you can see, Euro, 37% of the puts are in the money right now. Not a surprise, really. We've had such a big move in the dollar, stronger dollar, weaker Euro. So the Euro's kind of been pushed lower over the last 3 months, put some of the puts in play. So, going into this expiration, I looked at all the different open interest by strike, and it's all really normally distributed. So not a lot going on there. Euro, maybe we move a little bit higher, but it would surprise me to see a big move either way, either direction. Same in the Canadian there. You see 12% of the puts, 33% of the calls currently in the money. Not a lot of open interest. It's not a hugely traded currency contract. So since more of the calls in the money, I would look for maybe a slight move lower, but again, nothing big there. Yen, another large contract that's highly traded, but again, really balanced. 26% of the puts, 22% of the calls in the money. Don't look for a real move either way there. Aussie is the only one that kind of sticks out. I mean, you've only got 3% of the puts in the money, which is good. Like I said, most options go out of the money, so that means 97% of the puts are currently out of the money. But the calls, 55% of the calls are currently in the money. So if we do see a move in the Aussie, I would expect it to be lower to take some of those calls out of the money. But again, look at the open interest. There's only 17,000 open interest in that contract. It's just not a highly traded contract. It's liquid, but compare it to the Euro or the Yen or even the Pound, it's just not as popular. Finally, looking at the Pound there, again, pretty balanced. 26% of the puts in the money, 10% of the calls in the money. No big numbers there either way. And that's obviously there with the underlying where it is on the screen. So unfortunately, not a lot of directional moves I'm expecting in the currencies. We also have live cattle coming off on Friday, so I went ahead and looked at that. And since live cattle is what we call more of a serial month this month, there's just not a lot going on. The total open interest, only 15,000 contracts in the March options for live cattle versus something like April, which is a more heavily traded contract because the April future is the front month future right now. You've got 70,000 open interest in April versus only 15,000 open interest in the March. And it's relatively balanced with 38% of the puts in the money and 16% of the calls in the money. So not a lot of direction there either way. Sometimes it's just good to say, hey, look, there is no directional play today, so I'll just lay off. Once again, a reminder that these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services or Chartered Financial Services. If you do have any questions or want to talk to markets, feel free to shoot me an email or give me a buzz. I'm happy to talk to you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.